Back to the Future was directed by Robert Zemeckis and stars Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Lea Thompson, and a whole bunch of other people to make an incredible film. This film was released back in 1999 and is about a kid named Marty McFly who befriends a very old scientist named Doc Brown who creates a time machine out of DeLorean. And when trouble ensues, Marty McFly goes back in time to the 1950s and accidentally screws up life with his parents. How will he resolve it? Is the movie any good? Let's find out in this review. Hey everybody, my name is Carson Kreitner, also known as Typical Moviegoer, and today we're talking about Back to the Future, a really old retro film from the 80s. Oh man, I love this film so much. It's so perfect from start to finish. I'm going to go ahead and actually start off this review by giving my score. 10 out of 10. There is nothing else in my mind about this movie. It is so perfect. From the score, to the cast, to the script, to the cinematography. I could go on for hours and hours about how awesome this movie is. However, we do not have enough time for that, so I'm not going to do that. Let's just jump in straight away with my opinions. Starting off with the cast, lead cast member, Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly. He is really good here. I remember watching Teen Wolf a few years ago and thinking about how him as that character, like, he was fine, but he is nothing compared to his role as McFly. He is the average teenager. You clearly do feel for him throughout this entire plot. Like, he knows he screwed up. And yet you are constantly endeared with him as he's on this journey in the past. And he's trying to just get back home. And you love it. Switching characters, we're now going to talk about Christopher Lloyd as Doc Brown, my favorite character in the entire trilogy set. Not just this one, but the whole trilogy. He is incredible. He's like lightning in a bottle. I remember the first time I watched Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow for the first time. And he's just running around. He's got all these quirks and there's everything about him. And Johnny Depp was clearly made for that character. I feel the exact same way about Christopher Lloyd playing Doc Brown. He is meant to play this role. I mean, you could put any other actor in this role and it would not be the same. I mean, just from the simple head nod he gives Marty after his mom tries to ask him to the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. That is very Christopher Lloyd, all the quirks that he gives. I mean, Christopher Lloyd brings so much here, and it is so well done. More or less, Marty McFly's parents, played by Crispin Glover and Lea Thompson, they have, honestly, one of the harder jobs, I think, in the entire Back to the Future movie, which is they have to portray both their younger selves, which is a little easier, but then also adults, which for actors of their age is kind of difficult to do. They're all, Lea Thompson, Kristen Glover, and Michael J. Fox, they're all around the same age. Maybe not exactly, but they're all around the same age when making this movie. So I'm sure it had to be difficult for those two actors in particular to play older adults and to portray them the way they did. When you first see George, you feel for him when Biff is bullying him. And he's kind of had his way with life, and it's not that great. And you really do feel for this family. But one thing you do feel for between the pair is that they do love each other. That they were meant to be. Which is the best thing about their relationship, is that you do know that they're meant to be with each other. Lea Thompson as Lorraine, excellent here. I think she creates some comedy between her and Marty, and then that opening scene where they're at the dinner table and she's talking to George and George is trying to watch the TV. I think she plays very well there. And then let's talk about one of the best antagonists in a movie ever, Biff Tannen. He creates some household memes in my household. I'll say that. My father is a big Biff to me a lot of the time as we say it. He'll constantly go around to us saying, "Hello, butthead, butthead." Sorry, I got a little off rails there. But we love Biff. I think that the actor who plays Biff is very, very true to what the character should be, and it is very, very well done. switching sides from acting and positives, let's just switch right over to the story. The story is so endearing. And it's exciting. It's fast-paced. There never feels like a scene in this entire movie where it slows down. There's always something that's riveting and something that is always keeping your focus. There is nothing that can take your eyes away from the screen. It is just awesome. And specifically about the story, the script. The writing is excellent here with callbacks throughout history. And callbacks from what happened in future events. Save the clock tower. The clock tower is working when Marty goes back in time, yet it's not in his own time. And then Mayor Coley Wilson is elected as mayor later in time, but he's working at the at the little diner that Marty visits, where he finds his father for the first time. And it's just little moments like that that make this movie so perfect and just so well done. And you can tell that the writers had a lot of fun making it as well. The score, I mean, holy crap. I mean, it's the same composer who did Avengers, so I knew it would be a fantastic score whenever Avengers rolled around. I knew it was going to be a great score. But it is an iconic score, and it is in my top 10 of favorite soundtracks of all time. And not just that, do 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 do. Not just that, the Power of Love, Earth Angel, Johnny Be Good add a whole different element to this movie, and make it exciting and riveting. And the score it's just incredible, and I love it. Let's see, any more cinematography. The DeLorean looks incredible. The way they travel through back in time, it is absolutely phenomenal. Again, this whole movie is just perfect. I struggle to find anything that's wrong with it. Now, could you nitpick it? If you're a jerk, you could. I absolutely see somebody nitpicking this to death. It's a time travel movie, for God's sakes. You could nitpick any time travel movie and it would still work. But I choose to ignore that, because of everything they did for it, the care and love they put into this movie. They knew what they were doing when they made it, and they did so well with it. And I'm so happy with the ending result of it. It's satisfying conclusion, the setup for going to the future. Even if we didn't have those sequels that came after, which I do like the sequels. I think they're pretty good. Even if we didn't have them, that ending is just so satisfying. Doc coming back and saying, we gotta go back to the future. It's really, really well done. And it's awesome. Guys, that's it for Back to the Future. I love Back to the Future so much. If you guys have never checked out Back to the Future, go watch it. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix right now. I think it might be on Netflix. It's a great movie from start to finish. I think you guys would enjoy it. But guys, again, thank you for checking out this video. Where I think we're up to 7 videos now. On the revamped channel, and I'm gonna plan on making more. But guys, I mean, as far as it goes, this has been Back to the Future. I'm Typical Moviegoer, and here's me saying, peace out.